You know that shot that fizzes away and all your friends out on the course say, great strike? That's called compression. So how do you compress a ball efficiently every time and get that feeling over and over? Well, I'm going to show you with these two how you know how you're doing it properly. What do we mean by compression? There's a misconception that compression means to compress the ball against the ground. Physics will tell you that's not possible. To get the ball to go forwards and upwards, if it was traveling to the club and hit it there, it's going to ricochet up. So let's turn it around the other way. If I was to compress that into the ground, that might make a hole in the ground. There is no way that ball is going up on a perfect flight. Compression is about compressing the ball, and the most efficient way to do that is hitting it out of the sweet spot. If you're coming in horizontal, you're not going to connect with the sweet spot. You're going to connect with a low part of the ball in the low part of the club. To get that sweet spot on the ball, all you need to do is turn the club forward like that. And you see now that sweet spot is perfectly lined up with the middle of the ball. The ball's got to ricochet upwards, but it's going to compress the maximum because it's coming out of where it was designed to come out of, which is here. So what we're looking at are ways to get that sweet spot on the back of the ball, compress the ball as it was designed to be, and watch that ball rocket off. So that's all the theory. I have found a couple of really good drills, a test for you to see if you're actually getting it. Let's get on to that. So this first drill is called dragging the handle. The idea is to get the feel what your hand should be feeling through the strike. This is only a drill, so we're going to exaggerate it. So here's our ball line. Let's put the club on the ground. Let's actually start it well behind the ball. I want you to just drag it through. You start there, you drag it through. And you see what's happening with my hands. So here's the ball line, and we're dragging it through. Drag the handle. We can make little swings doing this. We can make little quarter swings, half swings. When you've got that feeling, go for a little swing. There's the line. We come back, dragging it through. So this would be striking the ball and then striking the ground. If you're flipping, you're not going to be able to do that. So if I stand here, I don't drag the handle, it doesn't even hit the ground. You see, I impacted about 3 or 4 inches before the ball. That's not going to be any good. That's going to come off that bottom, scull it across, drag it. Get that feeling, dragging it. Perfect. Ball, ground, divot. So try this drill. Might find it gives you the right feeling. You'll know if you were doing this, you're not dragging it, almost pushing the handle. So in there, let's drag it through. Drag the handle. Forces you to get into the right body positions. Have a go at that. Let me know how you get on. Try this drill to feel the impact without actually needing a ball. And what we're going to do this time is we're going to flex the club into the ground. Really get that feeling. There's my ball position. I'm going to flex it, push it down there. So that's what I'm going to feel like my impact's going to be. See, it's de-lofted the face to put the sweet spot on the ball. I'm turning, so you've got to feel like you're turning like a lid on a jar, turning it into the ground. So you turn that in. So you do this a few times. Set up as you would normally, turn it down, flex the shaft. And when you've got that feeling, from there, start a little half swing. Let's do it again. And turn it down. Really turning that down. Got your jar of pickles. Get that tight lid off. You'll say you tighten the lid. Well, if you're tightening the lid, it's actually turning it that way and it opens your face. You don't want to do that. You force it down onto the ball. So you stand there. You get the feeling. Again, get the feeling. Get the feeling. You can hear the power in the shot. That was a connection about 1 inch. Ball was connected. An inch later, I hit the ground, took the divot. That'd be the perfect ball divot. Compress it out of the middle, and you'll hear it just fizz away with perfect flight. That's a great quick drill for getting the feeling, and you can do that on the course in your little practice swing. Get the feeling before you step up to the ball and hit it. Here's another way to think about getting into the correct impact position. So what we're going to do, we call this knuckles down. Seen this one on the internet as well. So if you're holding the club, you want to get the back of those knuckles down onto the ball. The knuckles are going like that, your club is going like that. So we want the knuckles, push them down, push the knuckles down. You see what's happening to the club is actually squaring up on its way down to put that center on the ball. So you can do this in a static way. You put set up without the ball. There's another backyard tip. What we're going to do is let's push those knuckles down. So this is these knuckles, turning them down. You watch the face of the club, turn it down. If I don't turn them down, I just move forward. The tendency that club can open. So we want to turn them down into the ball. Try some half swings down, even without the right hand, without your trail hand. Knuckles down, knuckles are down. If I go knuckles up, like I'm trying to come in there, knuckles are pointing that way now. Now I'm flipping big time. Knuckles down. It's a great feeling. You can do this knuckles down. You can combine it with other drills of flex the shaft, knuckles down, flex the shaft, turn it in. So quite a lot of force I'm putting on that. I'm actually bending a stiff shaft here just to give me a feeling. So when I swing, I'm doing a little half swing. It's knuckles down. Perfect strike. Straight divot. Started 1 inch after the ball. Ball, ground. That way you know you've compressed the ball. Let me know in the comments how you get on with it. So, do you want some instant feedback? Get a couple of tea towels. Just fold them. Put that on the edge of my strike mat. But the idea is it's about 4 inches behind the ball. And this one, I'm just going to put a couple inches in front of the ball. Now you should be doing this with nothing longer than a 7-iron. Wedge, perfect for this. Now the reason this is so good, if I hit that towel, that would mean I'm coming in, I'm flipping, coming in too early, I'm back here. If I miss this towel, I'm scooping it. If I've got everything right, where I'm coming in onto the ball, comes in over that towel, hits the ball, and then slides through this one and takes it away. Let's see what happens. That would have been my best strike. There's the ball. There's the divot where the towel was. Take it away, and I didn't touch that one. Let's test it again. So if I'm picking, it's just got to do something like that. So if I come in here and scooped it, came in front of the ball, clipped that one, took them both away, but that would have been a terrible strike. Likelihood is I would have thinned it, could have gone anywhere. If you compress a ball properly, it will zip away. Even in wind, a properly struck ball will not get affected by the wind. It's very important that we try and get the strike. We're never going to do it every time, but let's try and get that strike and that compression. So let's go for one more. I'll take that. Here's a bonus tip for you. Grab a 9-iron and hit some punch shots. You've practiced these drills, hit some punch shots. So you're just standing there, little house swing, punch with a 9-iron. If you're doing it correctly, you should flight the ball down quite easily. You might even hear it zip away because probably half its normal height. Good punch. So compression isn't just about feeling good, although it feels great when you do it properly. When you're doing it properly, it's an indication that your swing's all in sync. Everything's coming in correctly. You're moving your weight, you're moving your hands, keeping the hands ahead of the ball into impact. If you do that, you'll start hitting much, much better shots. That's me done.